Mm.
We're back, and it's day 18.
Yeah, and I'm doing this for all of you. It's, by the way, I did take down all of the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
So again, this year, thank you all so very much. We got a little bit behind, actually.
Yeah.
And I went down, and it was a good thing. It was a bad thing, right? Got down there, and there was, I think, 8 kids left on the giving tree, and got all 8 of them. So we're able to take care of all of them today. Ran the stuff back down today. So thank you to all of you. About 8 families here in the local area. A little bit better Christmas, and so the good and the bad. And full transparency, right? We probably would have grabbed a few more if we had gotten there ahead of time. But again, like COVID and shit. But as a result of it, fewer kids. And if you think about it, it was over, I think, almost $1,200 of stuff. So able to spread that over 8 kids was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So dropped the stuff off today at the fire department. They were extremely thankful for everything that you all helped us do this year. All right, Ann, what whiskey do we have today?
We have Noah's Mill.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What kind of whiskey is it, Ann?
It's a bourbon.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
All right. So this is Bourbon Story. Go ahead, jump into it. So 57.15 horsepower. Comes out to 114.3 proof. About $73, $75 here. So this is one of those whiskeys that as I go through the year, like I had a bottle of this for the longest time. And I finally, it was set up on the shelf there, and finally opened it one day earlier this year, and I'm like, oh my God, that is a fantastic bourbon. So hopefully you all think it is. So that, sometimes I want to try stuff and I go buy it. Other times I try stuff, I'm like, I've got to share this with everybody else. So this one comes from Willett Distillery. It's non-age statement, thought to be at least 4 years old. Willett has been around for a long, long time. They used to make bourbon for decades, if not longer. And then in the 1970s, when the whiskey industry and bourbon in particular was really struggling, they actually changed over to make fuel.
Oh.
So they took corn and made ethanol fuel. And then they stopped doing that in the 1980s altogether. And then in 2012, they started making whiskey again. So relatively newer player, been around for a long time, but spits and stops. Last year we had Rowan's Creek.
Yeah.
So Rowan's Creek is the sister whiskey. I think we have a bottle of it somewhere. But that's a lower horsepower, so this is the upper horsepower offering for Willett. All right, Ann, what do you got?
I get a little creamsicle.
You got that on the last one.
All
right, is creamsicle the new cinnamon?
No, it's not the new cinnamon, but it's that. I'll say cream instead. How about that?
Keep going.
I'm trying.
Next year we can get you a little notepad and you start writing stuff down while I'm blathering, because it's like you're just taking advantage of not having to work. So to me, there's a nuttiness there, almost like a peanut.
I'm not getting that.
There's like a rich, creamy caramel. Maybe that's your cream.
Yeah, probably.
A little bit of an oakiness. I'm going to trigger some people. Oh, that popped like the...
Yeah?
I was going to say that popped the cherry. Every time we've done this, it's popped the cherry note in the bourbon. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Feels much hotter. For sure.
Yeah, that's got some heat. A little barrel spice there.
Got my nose.
Yeah. but it's a sweet brown sugar, almost like a caramelized brown sugar. Raisin note, like that cereal that I used to eat all the time, the Raisin Nut brand.
Yeah.
So those
little
raisins coated with the nut
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sugary nuts.
It's a very chewy whiskey. Very viscous, very dense.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
It's got like, I don't know, strong body to it or something. Like it stands out.
It's got legs for miles too.
Yeah.
Like the solid gold dancers. George used to love those solid gold dancers.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Saturday night, we'd go to Mass and come home, and George would watch them solid gold dancers. On his life, he couldn't tell you. And then we watched Hee Haw too.
It almost tastes like butterscotch candy now.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of takes like a little bit of water really takes like the jaggedness away and really rounds it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Doesn't dull it. I think this is a case where water that makes it better.
Yes.
I like that whiskey. But I mean, there's definitely, I'm going to say it for you, on the finish, that spicy cinnamon kick. I mean, it's there in spades. It's a long finish. Probably, I think, the longest finish of any whiskey we've had to date in the calendar. That's the warm Kentucky hug right there.
Yeah, it is.
This is a good winter whiskey.
Yeah.
So I think I said price point $75 on this. Interesting, like half of them, they're like $6-7 off when I bought them.
Yeah.
So, you know, Bardstown, Kentucky. Used to go there when I was at Fort Knox.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Ann?
No.
We're a little off our game.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm gonna jump this one into the lead.
Oh, me too. I'm not trying to follow you, but it's delicious.
It is delicious. So I think this one every bit exceeds and matches the same level of disappointment I had with was it Rowan's Creek last year. Like I was really excited about that one. That one just didn't deliver to me. This one does. I think this is definitely one I will always have on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Shout outs. Jason Siebold, Linda Volpe from high school.
Yeah.
And then the Merrick brothers, Munch and Bart.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this
will be there.
Will be a whiskey that they kind of enjoy as well.
Yeah.
All right, Annie. Toast us out.
May your heart stay young, the whiskey be old, the cork loose, and the adventures bold.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we are done for tonight.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm going to have some more of that. And not sweat while I drink it.
When the money's running low and the bar is closing, we'll just head on down the road where the spirit's flowing. When all the whiskey's gone, whiskey's gone, whiskey's gone. When all the whiskey's gone, we'll be headed home.